The film revolves around Nica, an orphan who tragically loses her parents in a fatal accident. She is taken to an orphanage that's run by a strict and cruel warden who treats the children with disdain and neglect. There Nica is introduced to Riel, the warden's star child. The two begin developing a friendship. Riel always pushes that away, despite his concern for her. At 17, Nica does a loving couple adopt Finn. However, she is surprised to see that they have also adopted Riel living under the same roof. The two who care for each other gradually unraveled their previously hidden romantic emotions towards each other while adjusting to the new life they have been presented with, and the complexities it produces for their relationship. Nica is placed past story and romance in an orphanage at a young age after her parents pass away in a fatal car accident. She has no other option but to abide by the many rules of the institution presented to her by the warden, which is order, respect, and obedience. Along with a few other friends she makes at the orphanage, she is introduced to Riel, a peculiar boy who seemingly is the warden's favorite. With the time she comes to understand that Margaret the warden is the devil herself, and that her new home is a hellhole. Because of this, she and the other kids would refer to the orphanage as the grave. Aside from the comfort of having a small group of pals, she's taught to be emotionally indifferent over time, and becomes emotionally indifferent due to the warden's lessons and physical treating. The institution's children poorly receive inadequate treatment, while Riel received preferential treatment during her formative years, being introduced to the story of the Tearsmith, a myth about a mysterious being in a world where no one can shed tears, surrounded by a void. The souls of this world lack any sense of belonging, and in the midst of this solitary being could conjure tears for those who requested them, many seeking to cry in hopes of feeling even the slightest emotion. They would cry out of fear, anguish, sorrow, anger, and pain, as it was the only way to cry in this world. Beneath these tears were stored emotions of intense desires and disillusionment. Nica, at 17, was adopted by a caring family, Anna and Norman Milligan, who is surprisingly also fascinated by Riel, known as the orphanage's star with her talent in playing the piano and her laid-back attitude. The boy will now share a living space with someone he ideally doesn't want to interact with, and the feeling is reciprocal as they settle into their... Riel's jealousy intensifies, leading to confrontations. Despite this, he becomes protective of Nica, yet he appears distant, and advises her to stay away from him, fearing he might lose control. Nica, on the other hand, is torn between her feelings for Riel and the knowledge of their troubled past. She wants to be with him, but is aware of their history. The couple decides to adopt Riel and Nica, hoping to give her a better life away from Riel. Meanwhile, Nica attends a school dance with her new friends, where she meets Lionel, who seems genuinely interested in being friends. However, their interaction takes a turn when Lionel tries to take things further, leading to a confrontation with Riel, who intervenes. Lionel escapes, openly express their love in the next scene. Riel and Nica are compelled to leap from a bridge when Lionel threatens to drive over them with his car. Nica awakens in the hospital with her friend Adeline and foster mother Anna by her side. She immediately begins to inquire about Riel, who is informed that he survived the fall but is currently in a coma. Nica refuses to accept this, as she's told that his custody has been transferred back to Margaret, who she can't see Riel. Determined to be with him, Nica vows to do whatever it takes. Margaret is taken to court by Nica, who accuses her of numerous wrongdoings, and recounts how she has traumatized her childhood and the upbringing of other orphans, including Riel. She describes how despite Riel's deep love for her, Riel would push her away whenever she tried to approach him, convinced she was a villain. Nica tries to convince the court of Margaret's evil deeds, and tells Riel, who is still unconscious, that Smith is his child, and that he has revived all of her suppressed feelings, hugging her tightly. Riel and Nica's love story is one of overcoming immense challenges. They suffer through countless hardships, but these experiences only strengthen their bond, making them realize they are deserving of love from each other and those around them. The film concludes with the couple reuniting and living a life filled with happiness. Margaret, does she end up in jail, the severe and tyrannical head of the orphanage where Riel and Nick were brought up? Margaret often ignores the needs of the children and corrects them for even the tiniest errors. Nica and the other children living under the severe rules of the headmistress find solace in the final moments. In this part, She speaks on behalf of the abused children who are too scared to stand up to the headmistress. Nica discloses that while they were being mistreated, Margaret's favored child, Riel, watched from the sidelines in distress as she convinced him he was a villain, leading to his isolation and refusal to show any affection. However, Nica saw through this manipulation and understood that it was all Margaret's doing. She has always been the children's worst nightmare, using her power even after they've moved on. The court gives Nica a warm and sincere standing ovation for her bravery in testifying. The movie confirms that she was able to overcome Margaret as she tells Riel that they have won. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.